Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group H and we got the title for our assignment, which is air pollution. First of all, here is our group member. Muhammad Nur Naufal bin Nur Hafiz, Muhammad Danish Akram bin Muhammad Iman, Muhammad Aiman Hakim bin Musa, and Muhammad Zarif Fitri bin Hirman. So here is our content, as you can see.
So, what is air pollution? Air pollution is contamination of the indoor or outdoor environment by any chemical, physical or biological agents such as particulates matter, carbon monoxide and pathogen that modifies the natural characteristics of atmosphere. There are four main factors that contribute to air pollution. So first, ozone, a secondary pollutant that forms when nitrogen oxides and volatile organic compounds react with sunlight. Second, nitrogen dioxide, a gas that comes from burning fuels and is a major source of outdoor air pollution. Third, particulate matter, a mixture of solid and liquid particles in the air, also known as particle pollution or soot. Last but not least, carbon monoxide, a pollution that comes from incomplete combustion of fossil fuels, especially from traffic. So, why is ozone become main factor to contribute to air pollution? First, it causes coughing and sore or scratchy throat. Second, it make more difficult to breathe deeply and vigorously and cause pain when taking a deep breath. Next, inflame and damage the airways. Other than that, it make the lungs more susceptible to infection. Other than that, it aggravate lung disease such as asthma, emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Last but not least, it increase the frequency of asthma attacks. Next is nitrogen dioxide. It's irritation of the mucous membrane, pulmonary disease such as obstructive lung disease, asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Next, it increases inflammation of the airways. Other than that, it worsens cough and wheezing. Next, it reduces lung function. Lastly, it increases asthma attacks.
Thirdly, particulate matter. First, it contains microscopic solids or liquid droplets that can be inhaled and cause serious health problem. Next, some particles less than 10 micrometer in diameter can get deep into your lungs and bloodstream. Next, exposure to particulate matter is associated with increased risk of cancer, lung and cardiovascular disease, and decreased life expectancy. Next, it can worsen exciting lung disease and cause pneumonia, heart disease, stroke and lung cancer. Last but not least, it cause long-term exposure to high particle levels can lead to reduced lung function, chronic bronchitis and premature death. This is the last factor, carbon monoxide. First, it increase hurricane intensity. Next, increase sea level rise. Other than that, increase ocean acidification. Lastly, increase social inequities.
So we move on to our experiment for air pollution. So we use air pollution catcher. Air pollution catcher helps in trapping particulate matter such as dust or other particle to show to show how severe air pollution in a certain area. So, the material needed for air pollution catcher, first of all, we need a few pieces of paper, a petroleum jelly such as Vaseline, a few rubber bands, a scissor, a pen, and a notebook to
Complete the experiment.
complete the experiment.
Okay. First step for our experiment, we must find a piece of paper and poke a hole with scissor. After we poke a hole on the paper, we tie a rubber band to hanging the paper. Okay, so this is the result that we want to see after we follow the step correctly.
After that, we're gonna label on 2 different papers with the location that we're gonna put our air pollution catcher. Next, we carefully apply a thin coat of petroleum jelly, which is Vaseline, to one side of each paper plate. So this petroleum jelly works as our main particle and dust catcher. After that, we're gonna hang our air pollution catchers to 2 different locations outside for 3 to 7 days. So this is the result of our air pollution catcher at the side of the road and around the garden.
After that, we wrote down the result in the notebook.
When we are handling the scissor, we need to be careful. Which is precaution that we need to take is that we need to pay attention to the direction of the blade when using scissor and not to face people. You should close the scissor with the blade facing you and the handle outward. And you need to use the scissor in the correct way. It is to avoid us from getting hurt. Based on this experiment, we can conclude that area with high content of pollution, like at the side of the road, catch more dust and matter more than around the garden, meaning that we can compare both to determine the severity of air pollution in certain area with one another. When this air pollution affect our daily life, civil engineer has came up with a solution to reduce air pollution, which is anti-smoke tower. Anti-smoke tower is a structure that are connected with small fans to a high efficiency particulate air filter, or HEPA. The fan push air through filter that trap dust and particulate matter, pollen or other pollutant, and smoke tower follows the similar principle and is intended to be a giant air purifier installed in the open. So when the structure sucks and push air through it filter most of particulate matter and push out the filtered air outside. Here is a few example of pictures of smoke tower.
So the conclusion is air pollution negatively affect the health of people around it, such as cardiovascular disease and asthma. It also affects meteorological condition during crop growing season affect the degree of negative effects on growth and yield of crop, such as ozone pose and greatest threat to agriculture.
So that's all from us. Assalamualaikum.